Well, we are pleased to welcome women's basketball coach Michelle Ferenz to the program today. Michelle is coming off a season where the Blues advanced to the Sweet 16 of the NCAAs before the tournament, of course, was canceled due to the coronavirus. Obviously, disappointing end to that season. But we're not here to relive that. We're moving on to the next season. So, Michelle, we'll get to your team in a few minutes, but with 3 weeks to go before you open practice, hopefully, and your season opener just a few weeks later, you and the team, you have to be excited to get things rolling, huh?
I think we're just excited to be back. I mean, we were the only, Whitman decided to go online and decided not to let students back on campus. And so we just really missed our fall. We missed our, just that bonding, working out together. It seems like it's finally going to be a reality. We pushed this date back several times, but I think we're excited. I think we're ready to be back.
Now, it's not a typical year, obviously. Normally you'd have full 2 months of practices and non-conference games to get ready for Northwest Conference play. So how difficult will it be to get the team ready for the league season in such a short time?
It's not going to be easy. We've done a lot of, I don't know what you call it, virtual workouts. We've done a lot of interacting with the team in terms of, and the other thing too is the lockdown's taking place at home. So everybody's at a different point, what they have access to, what they don't have, it's just not an even playing field. Let's just put it that way. So we've done a lot of, just giving them different options, put some videos together where they can pick and choose, just continue to tell them, you've got to find a way to try to bring yourself in as good a shape as possible. That's the thing is like, we're not going to have time to get you in shape. And so they're going to have to take it upon themselves, and they know that. I feel like I'm back in, I spent my first 10 years coaching high school, and I feel like I'm back there. I mean, I feel like, okay, hey, here's your team. You've got 10 days and you play somebody. And that's kind of that feeling of just we're if we stay with the schedule where we have, or what the Northwest Conference is thinking, but that's very up in the air. I mean, we will have 20 days of practice, which is, it'll be tough. And so, and especially considering the first 6 or 7 of those days we're in quarantine. So we're doing individual workouts, but we're not doing anything as a group. And so, yeah, the challenges, I think everybody has their challenges. So I'm just going to be very excited to have I haven't seen my team. Like, I've seen my players in and out, and
Sure.
a few are here in town, but I haven't been around my team since we put them on a plane and left Maine, or
Yeah.
flew out of Boston. I mean, it's just been such an odd dynamic, so thought I saw it all, but hey, something new. Coaching by video. So
Unprecedented is the word. My wife is absolutely tired of hearing the word unprecedented, whether it's on TV, somebody saying it. It's just enough. And I didn't hear it first, but I'm with her on this. It's unprecedented. It's just unbelievable.
It is. It's just new territory all around. I mean, and I think one thing we've talked about a lot with our team is, as athletes, things don't go your way. You lose games, or you have a bad workout, or you don't start and you think you should, or whatever. I mean, there's all sorts of adversity that goes along with being an athlete. And, what do? You just move on. You make the best of it. And that's what we've tried to do. And it'll just be fun to have a different focus than the pandemic. I mean, once we get back and we're on, I think, we'll have our safety protocols and everything, but it'll be like, wow, we get to finally play again and do something we really enjoy. And that's exciting. So that's the fun part.
Let's get to your team now. You lost McConnell Stone and Maddie Burdett to graduation. Those historically great players for your program. But looking down your roster, there's some great talent returning, players that were a huge part of your success from last season. I first want to ask about senior Taylor Chambers. This will be your final season. I've always looked at her as that kind of silent assassin type. Is that your expectation of her this season? Or are you hoping to see, in addition, her take a kind of vocal leadership role?
Well, I think, one of the things that's been really hard for Taylor, she's just been hurt a lot. I mean, she spent, good portions of the last three seasons, first 3 seasons here, just not suiting up, coming off knee injury, coming off an ankle injury, another ankle. I mean, she's, I always tell her that when she gets injured, she does it really, really well. I mean, she really does. And so we had her for a half last year. We had her for the first half of our first game, and then we basically proceeded to go the whole preseason without her. But the thing about Taylor is, she, as you probably saw, when we had her on the floor, nothing against our other point guards, but Taylor's a point guard. She just thinks the game, and she is, it was just, she gets it on people. She's smart. She knows when to take the big shot. She, we're going to need that. We're going to need her to fill a bigger role. We're going to need her to stay healthy. And I think she knows that. She really ended the season in a really good place last year. And I think, she's continued to build on that. But, Taylor is, I've been blessed with a lot of kids who really think the game really well. And Taylor's among some of the best I've ever had in terms of thinking the game. She just sees things and has a great feel for it. And yeah, so we need her to be ready to go, and, and hopefully healthy and ready to go, because, I don't know. And I don't know what, what we'll do, because we have some young guards too that'll be battling her. But I think, her experience, if she stays healthy, I mean, she's going to be huge for us. It's just, where do we use her, all the time? But, we have to have that type of experience. We just don't have a lot of experience. So we need her experience on the floor.
Yeah, she's definitely, I do remember last year, if you had a point guard, it was her, somebody on the floor, to run the show, call plays. And yeah, she was that one for sure. There's obviously other veteran attorneys, Kaelin, Shamsley, and Kaylee Mccracken. What are you hoping to see from them this season?
Well, Kaelin is always, Kayla's played a lot for us over the last 3 years. She started a lot of games. One thing I really impressed upon Kaelin is to be, she's a great shooter, and when she gets hot, she can really fill it up. And she was a great compliment to Maddie's shooting. Having those two out there, it was like you couldn't really lay off either one of them. I mean, you had to keep it honest. So obviously, we need to continue to have Kaelin shoot the ball well. But when Kaelin is at her best is when she's doing the other aspects of the game. Really became a much better passer last year. We gave her some tough defensive assignments. She really embraced it. Rebounding, there was a lot of growth in her game last year, and she's just going to have to keep growing. She's going to have to see that she's going to have to take those roles on, because she's athletic enough to do it. She's a good athlete, and those are ways she contributes. She's like, for Kaelin, she doesn't want to be the point guard. She doesn't want to have that pressure, but I think she wants the pressure of needing to score and needing to defend and being that other cog in the wheel. So she's a nice compliment to Taylor too, because Taylor, we've got two really veteran backcourt seniors, and that's a good place to start. And then Kayla Mccracken just finished the year on such a. Kaylee was our sixth starter. I mean, let's be honest. I really had 7 kids who could start consistently, and Kaylee's in that mix. And I think she's the first player I've had in the 19 years here at Whitman who got an all conference nod and didn't start. Mm-hmm. She hardly started this year. She was behind McConna and Lily, and so proud of how far she's come. She's in great shape. She's ready to go. I mean, as you see, Kaylee can score. Kaylee can really go get rebounds, and she can score. She's a very good face-up shooter, good finisher around the rim. Obviously, we need her to be ready to go. She's going to be that experience on the front line that we can build around, because we got some nice young kids, that are going to need to grow up in a big fat hurry, but they need that stability of somebody like Kaylee, and that's what she brings. She's going to lock down the middle for us.
Yeah, getting into some of your youth, just some of your players that are returning for the second season. Mm-hmm.
The sophomores, the 7 sophomores.
7 sophomores, yeah.
Yep.
Kyra Young, Elena McCarg, those are just a few names that come to my mind. Yep. What are your expectations for that group?
I think the one thing I would say about that group as a whole, the 7 of them, they were awesome last year. They got better, every one of them. They improved. They made us better every day of practice. And then when it was their time to step up, I mean, you follow, I mean, you saw, there was just some amazing moments where each and every one of them did something that really helped us win a tough game. I mean, I remember, Shira, before she got hurt, because she's coming off another knee injury, came out in that UPS game and played huge minutes for us at home against UPS without Taylor. Taylor was out, and we got a little bit of foul trouble, and she came in, hit some huge shots. Kyra did the same thing. I mean, they're just tough competitors. Elena grew a ton last year. Had some really good games. I think Elena's my road warrior. Sometimes she does her best games when she's on the road, hits big shots. And then, Macy had her breakout moments, a couple times in the league, but then, she just had a huge run against Wartburg. She came in and just was so much energy. And, Megan Taylor, Sophia, Megan Mass, all those kids really got better last year. And now, it's different when you're a sophomore. It's different when you're that returner. Coaches' expectations are different. The honeymoon's over, and it is a different dynamic, but they showed me last year that they're really bought in and they're committed to doing what it takes. And that's something we can grow on. Now, where do they all fit in terms of positions and everything? I think they'll figure that out when they get on the court. But, we felt really good about that recruiting class as a whole, and felt like we really got some quality kids. It was just, they were playing behind a heck of a senior class, and they had to wait their turn a little bit, and now it's their turn, and now it's their time to step up. We need them to step up.
And let's get to your newcomers now, your first year players. Just introduce some of them and how you see them fitting into this year's team.
Well, I mean, we graduated, we graduate McConna, a Lily Gustafson and a Katie Stahl. You basically lose, and to be honest, Natalie at 5'9" was a tall 3. You lose a lot of length. And so when we went out to recruit this year, one of the things we knew we had to get was length. We had to get some size and some length. And I just think we got 4 very good freshmen, first years. And they're all long. I mean, Jessica Kocher at 5'9", 5'10", is a guard. I mean, she's a very good rebounding guard. I mean, she's a physical, tough competitor. Lindsay Drango might be the tallest of the crew, and she's a guard. I mean, she's a 6'1", 6'2" guard, long, lanky, really moves well, played at a really good high school program. LaSalle in the Portland area is an amazing program. They just, Coach Whedon does a great job, and they were playing in their semis. We're supposed to play in their semis in their state tournament when their tournament was canceled. So Lindsay says she kind of shares our unfinished business type of motto. So she's ready to get back on the court. And then, we Corinne Baker, we were just thrilled to get Corinne. We got her early in the process. Corinne can score. Corinne is a gifted scorer. She is right. She's left. She can shoot it from 3. She played at a small school, and she did a lot. She had to do everything. And, just a workaholic. I mean, just loves the game and works really hard at it. But we need that. We need some young scoring in the post. And I think Corinne will really provide that. She'll push the Megan Taylors and the Sophias and the Kaylees right away. And then Kaelin Beckman, we got Kaelin a little late in the process, but I just see so much potential in Kaelin. She is so physical and so smart. Basketball family. She has an older sister who plays at BYU. I think her best years, I mean, she's going to come in and she's really, really absorbed things. I think she's strong. I mean, she's just a really strong post player, and she's going to really give us a little bit more. You got to have some kids that'll go bang, and Kaelin will go bang with people. And she's a very, very willing to do whatever it takes. And so, really excited. I mean, but I think we got 4 really good first years that complement, especially the class ahead of them. That's really important, is putting those 2 classes together in looking towards the future. I think they, as a unit, they don't have a lot of weak links, if that makes sense. They're pretty solid. So, and then, we added the transfer, Sydney, and I don't even know if I have to say much about Sydney. Sydney has said what she needs to say by her play. Yeah. I mean, She's a 2-time all-conference performer in the Northwest Conference. Probably was maybe 2 votes away from being first team all-conference as a sophomore last year. And we're thrilled to have Sid. I mean, can't wait for her to get here. I mean, just like all of them, it's just, and just to get going. But, Sydney obviously has proven she can score. She can score and play in this conference, and she's an impact player. And it's just a great year to get a transfer like that, because we only had 3 upperclassmen. You think about it, I only had 2 seniors and a junior, and now we added another experienced player, which I think we needed. We really did. And, yeah, Sydney's she's going to come in and have to learn how we do things and in our system. But she's proven she can play. I'm sorry.
You can share what secrets with you.
Yeah. Is there really any secrets anymore? Synergy gives it all away. I mean, we watch so much film, and one of the things is Sydney's just a versatile. She played point, she can play the 4, she can play like that stretch post player. But I think again, we needed a little more experience, and in getting transfers that like her, I mean, I think she's just really going to help us. We get her for a couple of years, which is great. And again, I think she complements what we needed, to be honest.
Well, so you and men's basketball and swimming are our first sports to hopefully hit the court and the pool this winter. Yeah. I want to thank you for coming on. It's great to hear about your team. I know everybody's anxious to see them take the court. We're not going to have fans at the games, but they can catch them on the live stream. So again, for everybody watching, the Blues Open practice later this month, season opener in mid-January. The Northwest Conference is still finalizing the schedule, as you said. So everybody stay tuned for that. You can check our website. So Michelle, good luck to you as you start practice, and we'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you, and happy holidays. I see the bling behind you. Got a little bling going there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited. It's been a long 7 months, 8 months without these kids around, and I'm really looking forward to getting going.
All right. Well, take care.
Take care.